she ran the show.
And before he can work his way back into her good graces, tragedy strikes.
Our father passed away from prostate cancer and heart problems, and 5 weeks later, our mother passed away. It was quite traumatic to lose both of them that close together.
Family is important at times like this, but the siblings' unity is about to be tested.
Janice was beneficiary over my stepfather's insurance, so Janice got the insurance money from him. There was quite a dispute.
Especially with Janice's brother, Eric.
Janice, is that right? It's what he wanted, Eric.
He was accusing Janice of taking money out. I don't know, I guess he was just expecting more money.
The hell with you all!
She was pretty upset over it because we had been so close.
Sadly, soon after, Brett suffers a loss of his own.
Brett's mom developed breast cancer, and she didn't live very long at all.
Oh, it knocked him down. It was a big blow to him. It was a very hard blow that day to him.
But even this dark cloud has a tiny silver lining.
Whoa. What?
Brett's mother's insurance pays out a hefty sum.
This is great!
And Janice knows just what to do with it. Start her own company.
It was Janice's idea to start the embroidery business. She had always been interested in running some kind of business of her own and something to do with crafts.
The inheritance isn't quite enough. She needs Brett to invest with her.
This machine is state.
But of course she won't do anything without her sister Betty, including starting a new business.
Hey, Brett. Brett, come and see this. This is the machine I want.
What is it?
It's the embroidery machine.
Oh, it's quite expensive.
Oh, come on, Brett. I've wanted this since I was a little girl.
What do you think?
I think it's going to be a great investment. You guys should do it.
Yes, and we can make extra money, and I can stay home and work.
Okay, if you really want to.
I do. I really do.
All right, let's do it then. He seemed happy. He was kind of gung-ho to get this business off the ground.
And right away, it looks very promising.
The business was going really well. We were doing great. It was turning out very successful.
They're making sales, but after a few months, their profit margin just isn't high enough.
They were just having growing pains, struggling with the business.
All of a sudden, money just started to drain. We're behind on our bills.
I know, I haven't paid them. I needed to buy some supplies first.
Brett was very by the book. If you owed somebody, you paid them.
You need to spend money to make money.
What money? We haven't even cleared a cent yet.
We will. It's fine. Don't worry. I'll figure it out.
It was very stressful for him. I didn't think that they were really making any money.
I don't think she was very good with handling finances. I think it aggravated him to some degree, but Brett was such a good-natured person, he didn't, step on anybody's toes or didn't get anybody's way.
Hi. You got your check for me?
Sure thing.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little money.
Not this time. We've got bills to pay.
Okay,
I'll see you later.
you say so.
The financial burden, coupled with their grief, starts taking its toll.
One of the biggest causes of conflict in relationships are financial
Sorry,
problems.
it's cold,
And
so
the
I'm like
problems
bundled
are
up,
actually Janice's fault.
and I'm
Now,
doing paint, so I'm
granted,
trying
he
not to
said yes to it all.
get paint on
But
me,
it
so I'm
has
not
been
like
her taking the active role with the
flattering,
money.
but
There's going to be some tremendous resentment
What
on
up,
his part when he
though?
realizes how much better off in life he and his family could have been were it not for him once again acquiescing to something that Janice wanted to do.
There has been so much grief in this family, both on Brett's side and Janice's side, that it makes sense that it begins to create emotional strain on each of them. And when things like that happen, a couple really needs to pull together. But because Brett and Janice have had underlying issues about control and money, they're not pulling together, they're pulling apart.
And soon, there's an even bigger challenge for the couple to face.
There was a house fire and it pretty much destroyed everything.
Brett's beautiful home goes up in flames.
He was devastated.
It was his great-grandmother's house, and there was a lot of sentimental value in that house.
You could tell that they were upset, genuinely upset over the fire.
Their embroidery machinery survives the flames, but all their other cherished possessions are gone. The Bonnells move into a rental house and try to get their lives in order as they wait for their insurance money to come through.
For the number of people that were living there, not enough room.
Claims and policies.
He was just very confused. He just couldn't think straight.
They were going to try and rebuild.
But unfortunately, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Have you thought about divorce?
That really started to have Brett go into a tailspin.
We started questioning, and what in the world's going on down there?
This is Fred.
So I'm thinking about it because the walls was originally gray. So this was the walls. Gray. This is how it was. I'm not feeling it. It's so dull. It's so what? Anyway, it just wasn't given. I don't know. So I decided to go with, first of all, shut up. Don't you see me painting, goddammit? It is a goddamn tornado. This is how my brain feel, goddammit. So shut the fuck up. C Mills. Why you coming on this bitch talking to me? Don't talk to me, okay? We back to painting. So back to whoever asked me, let's see, Mike. Am I painting the walls all the same color? I'm believing that I do want to do that. And then I'ma just use some color on the walls, like different colors on the walls. But yeah, I'm thinking blue for all the walls. Get rid of this sad gray. Cause like, even just look at it. Like, I'm over here looking at this, right? Don't mind the mess. You see me doing it. I'm the only one doing it. I'm moving shit around. Don't mind the mess. Look at how it looks. It looks gloomy. Then you just turn. And it brighten up. It brighten up. It really do. So I'm thinking, yeah, all the walls, blue. But it's literally a process I'm getting to. I don't know. I would paint one wall dark blue. Well, I was thinking about an accent wall as well. But that's not going to go with what I'm thinking about. But if what I'm thinking don't work, I might take your suggestion, Mike. I might. So I'm definitely going to take that. Yes, gray is definitely a moody color. Walmart blue. Walmart got money, though. Clean up. You know, I clean up if you send me some fucking money. Send me some money and I clean up. If you're not sending me money, I'm not fucking cleaning up. That's just how we going to do that. Since y'all want to come in this bitch demanding me to do stuff, get off my live. The hell? I'm not mad at you. Okay, it is shit on the floor because I'm painting, god damn it. Damn, you motherfuckers. See, I'm not about to argue with you, okay? It is what it is. Ain't nobody gonna come over here and clean it up or beat my ass, so watch me work, okay?
Spray on
flavors. No compromises. Just vet-developed recipes packed with fresh meat and healthy veggies. Because real fresh food belongs in everybody's bowl.
You're really buying a car online on AutoTrader?
Really?
Your search can really be that specific?
Really?
So all you need to do is drop in some info. You only see cars in budget.
Really?
You can really buy the car totally online.
Really?
And really have it delivered by a dealership.
Really?
Pizza's here.
Oh, it's our new car.
Buy your car online on AutoTrader. Really?
Can you bring food too?
Really?
Brett and Janice Bunnell lose their home, along with most of their belongings, in a terrible fire. And now a shocking discovery is about to add to their woes.
They investigated it and said that they thought it was arson.
Are you accusing us of setting fire to our own home?
The insurance company
Hell
was
yeah,
trying
bitch, you
to
set
get
fire
us
to
to
your
try to
own
get
home.
out of
It's
paying
too many
the claim.
coincidences.
Listen,
Too many
trying
coincidences.
to
Y'all
say
got way
earlier,
too many policies,
I'll say it
bitch.
again.
Life insurance policy, fire policy.
Sisters.
Yeah.
The insurance company even went as far as to blame Mary for setting the fire, saying that she could have come home from school, set the fire, and got back without anybody noticing.
Meanwhile, Janice and Brett have their own list of suspects.
You know who I would be talking to? Is her ex.
Maybe it was the ex-husband that set the fire. Because he got kicked out of the house, and I'm sure he was bitter because he didn't have any place to stay. Maybe it was that brother because there was a family dispute with money with her mother and father dying.
Hell, you all.
The insurance company can't determine the cause of the fire, let alone who's responsible. And that's enough for them to make a decision.
The investigation went on, and they decided finally not to pay out.
Y'all go. I swear to
Janice
extreme
and Brett just
makeover.
didn't have the money to fight it.
I'm gonna just throw my hands up because I guess it's just
just
talk shit to me tonight.
their house back or anything.
I'm gonna let y'all
So
have
they
it.
were just kind of
I'm
out
gonna let
there in
y'all
left
have
field and didn't
it.
know where to
Oh
go
my
or what to
god.
do.
A bitch can't be great.
Brett never really vocalized his anger, but he would talk to them, and he would just be exasperated.
And just as they deal with this shocking blow, there's another.
The trailer with all the embroidery equipment was torched, was set ablaze.
Who's out to get us?
We really thought at first it was just an old house, old wiring problem that caused the fire. And then when the garage burned down, then we started questioning and what in the world's going on down there, and it was really strange.
It was all very unusual. There was some graffiti sprayed on the trailer with some bad language, insinuating that it was Janice's brother that may have done this. And all of a sudden, everything started to collapse around him.
As their lives start to unravel, so does Brett.
We noticed things, he used to stare a lot at things, and he used to do a lot of counting and a lot of obsessive compulsive things, where he would plant like, a couple of hundred flowers all in rows, and then he would go back and he would count each individual one.
Back at home, Janice isn't doing that well either.
She had gotten to the place where she didn't care what the house looked like or anything. Brett and her were doing a lot of fighting and arguing because of all the tension with the insurance company not having enough money to do what they wanted.
Janice, it'd be great if you could just pull your weight around here and do a little bit of cleaning.
Why don't you just lay off her?
Isn't there someplace else you could be?
Hey, don't yell at my sister.
I think Brett would have been much happier without Betty in his life. That bothered Brett a lot. That Janice and Betty were always together.
I don't know how much more I can take of this.
Have you thought about divorce?
He'd never, ever leave me.
He was very possessive and wasn't gonna let the marriage go to ruins. There was just no way. It wasn't gonna happen.
It's not the only burden Janice has to bear.
Janice, I really don't know how to tell you this with everything that's been going on, but I'm moving to Texas.
What?
I was ready to relocate and get a new start on my life.
Betty, you can't move. I need you here.
I need a fresh start.
Everything around me is falling apart. You can't leave.
Why don't you and Mary come with me?
Maybe we could.
What's going on?
I want to start anew. I want to move to Texas, near Betty.
Brett did not want to leave.
His family was here in Columbus. He had his job here in Columbus. He didn't have a place to live anymore and had a lot of financial debt, but, you know, his family and his friends were here.
You don't need to do everything Betty does.
Well, I've decided. Mary and I are going. You can come with us if you want. It's up to you.
Janice says from the beginning of time that family is her number one priority. Clearly, marriage doesn't qualify as family for her. And what we're seeing here is that she's putting her sister over the marriage. And when you do that, it causes a rift in the marriage and could end the marriage.
Throughout this entire marriage, Janice has done nothing but say to Brett, you are as important to me as you are useful. So as long as you're doing something for me, I'm happy with you. But if you're not going to be doing things for me, then I'm going to up and leave and you can stay here.
When it comes to the point where Janice is saying, move to Texas with me or don't, it makes me wonder why he isn't finally wanting to assert himself and say, for once in my life, I'm going to do something for myself. I'm going to do something that makes me happy.
After serious consideration, Brett makes up his mind.
Here, Texas is the nicest time of year.
He did not want to leave Columbus,
Let's get packing.
Really?
but he did not want to do life without Janice.
Even though life with Janice might be more trouble than it's worth.
We could see nothing good coming out of this move. Nothing.
I wish I'd have known what was gonna happen, and I wish I could have seen the future.
Brett and Janice Bunnell decide to follow Janice's sister Betty to Texas after a slew of tragedies threaten to destroy their marriage. They're hoping it's the perfect place to begin again.
Seadrift, Texas is a small fishing community. It has less than 1,300 people. Everybody knows everyone, and it's just a real close community.
Hurry up, sweetie. We're leaving soon.
Right away, life improves for the Bunnell family.
Honey? Honey, I found it. I found it. The store.
They liked where we had settled. It gave us all a fresh start. We were excited about the move.
Okay, you two. We're heading to the beach. We'll be back later. All right. Have fun. Bye.
Bye.
Brett even finds a job that lets him feel like a farmer again.
He was overjoyed. He said, I got a new job. I'm working for the city and I'm mowing lots. You know, they're letting me kind of be out on my own, you know, and it was like the perfect job for Brett.
And with things going so well, Janice decides to take another stab at her dream, too.
I really want to do the embroidery business right this time. I want a store.
It gave her a chance to actually be in a shop and having the stability there and building up that type of business.
You know what? Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, I want to show you something.
They got the money for the startup business down there from Brett's 401k. They withdrew all the money from there.
But the excitement fades as the reality of opening a store sets in.
When it came down to it, it was money again. You plan on 3 months worth of rent and electric, and then having your supplies.
The money went. It was just like poof, it was gone.
And just like that, the old problems return.
He was at the end of his rope and just starting to lose it. And I think he was just so emotionally upset that he just couldn't take it anymore.
He would let everything pile up. Yeah, everything just piled up and he'd just go nuts.
I'm not at all surprised that Brett and Janice's problems followed them to Seadrift, Texas. So a change of location might provide a lift for a little while, but ultimately you bring yourself with you and your relationship problems if you haven't resolved them.
Once again, just like before, they went back into an ill-advised business that they did not have the capital to lose, to invest in and try something like that, especially after they had failed at it once before. It's just hard to know where that's going to go.
It's never enough. Oh,
The fighting gets worse.
The fighting would bother me and it being around Mary all the time.
We need more money if we want to open on time.
yeah, we're wrong. You sucked me dry. We have no money.
Betty, back me up here.
Betty's not as available as she used to be.
I'm not getting in the middle of this anymore.
She has a new man in her life.
Come on, let's get out of here. Betty, look what you did. Betty.
Betty may leave the house and the couple's arguments behind, but she can't
Good
escape
night.
being drawn back into the drama.
It was about midnight, the phone rang.
Hello?
Janice was on the other end.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'll be right there. Go back to sleep.
I know that's not the content that I
This
post,
time, it's not.
but y'all gonna get all of me. And I'm coming out with some try-on hauls. So get ready. Get ready. I'm just a one-woman show, so I'm doing it all by myself. It's taking me a minute.
When I arrived on the
but
scene,
yeah.
there was a body laying face down on the grass area. One tire was flat. It appeared they might have been trying to change their tire and got hit by a vehicle.
It has all the signs of a classic hit and run.
There was no money in the wallet, but there was a Social Security card, and it had a name, Brett Bunnell.
Investigator Todd breaks the news to Janice.
Mrs. Bonnell.
It turns out she's already expecting the worst.
No, I knew.
When I told Janice that it was her husband that we found deceased on the side of the road, her eyes were watery. Janice said that she fell asleep after the movie, and when she woke up at 6:30 that morning, she realized that Brett hadn't come home.
Word of his tragic death makes it back to his hometown.
They were shocked that something like this would have happened to Brent.
I was devastated. I knew this man, I spent time with this man. I had somewhat of a bond with him, even though I was his boss. I loved the man for who he was.
As friends and family mourn, the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office digs into the investigation. In the light of day, everything looks different.
The autopsy report showed that there was blunt force injuries to Brett's head and basically to his right side. And being a hit and run doesn't explain the injuries. I was there on the scene and I noticed, there was no blood, there was no cast off, there's no mirrors, there's nothing to indicate that something did this to Brett. So that's why I just didn't believe that was a hit and run. It was something more. this accident scene was staged. He was placed there.
It looks like Brett was murdered.
It's just no way for a person to die.
I don't regret doing what I did.
Brett Bonnell's tragic death on the side of the road doesn't look like an accident for long. The coroner's report reveals he was beaten to death.
I knew Brett wasn't stupid enough to change a tire out in the middle of the road, like what they said happened.
It's a puzzling loss.
The investigation started seriously focusing as a homicide about 3 weeks to 4 weeks after we found Brett's body.
Naturally, police speak with Janice first.
Do you know anyone who'd want to harm your husband? No. Everyone loved Brett. What kind of question is that? Shouldn't you be investigating what really happened?
She started saying, we weren't doing our job and we were incompetent and we couldn't, solve anything. Betty was there. And while I was talking to Janice, I noticed she began chain smoking like I've never seen before. Just one after the other and very rapidly. It's just her demeanor that it was like something strange is going on.
Days later, an anonymous phone call adds to the intrigue.
Burnett Todd.
People in the community started calling into the sheriff's office with rumors that they heard that Betty hit Brett with the vehicle.
Investigator Todd decides to dig deeper into Betty's history, and she discovers she has quite a record. In fact, she's in violation of probation, and there's a warrant out for her arrest.
Police showed up. I got arrested for possession of marijuana. So they took me in for that and held me for questioning.
Betty's warrants was a tool in our investigation to see if maybe she would talk to us a little more freely if she thought she'd be able to, not have to go to jail for the warrants.
Betty makes a deal in exchange for information.
I'll tell you everything.
I had decided right then and there and told him what I had done and why I had done what I did.
Janice called me in the middle of the night. Hello? She was crying and she asked me to come over. She said,
It's me. I need you to come over, okay? Brett and I just had a huge fight.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Bounce that ass, girl, shake them titties.
I found her
Janice?
in the bedroom.
Oh.
She had taken
Janice?
a curtain off the window and she was using it to mop up.
Betty, come on. Come on, you're gonna wake up Mary. Come on.
Bounce that ass, girl, shake them titties. Bounce that ass, girl, shake them titties. Bounce that ass, girl, shake them titties.
Blood everywhere. And Brett, he was lying on the bed. I went to feel for a pulse, but he was already dead.
Oh my God. He's dead. He's dead, Janice. I couldn't take it anymore. Just help me clean. What have you done?
She just told me that he had been arguing with her, and she didn't say about what, but then he finally fell asleep, and she picked up the baseball bat. And struck him in the skull with it while he was asleep.
What do you want me to do? I've got it under control. Just help me.
She said she needed my help to try and make it look like an accident.
No, I can't do this.
So I turned to leave, and I was gonna call 911. But then I saw my niece Mary, and I couldn't leave her like that. I didn't want her to wake up and see that, you know? I didn't want her to be scarred for life. So I told Janice that I would do whatever she needed. We put Brett in the van. She drove Brett's car and I followed. We took him out.
Okay. I got him. Okay.
And we put him in front of his car.
Put him in front of the car. Right here.
We had to make it look like he was hit while changing a flat tire.
Undo his shoe.
She took a knife and tried to puncture the tire to make it look flat.
They knew it was a road that wasn't traveled very often, and that's where they decided to leave Brett's body.
Okay. Get out of here.
And we cleaned everything else up.
On June 28, 2008, 2 months after his death, Janice is arrested and charged with the murder of her husband, Brett Bonnell. At first, she denies everything,
I had nothing to do with it.
until she is confronted with the evidence.
They found blood spatter in the house that hadn't been cleaned up all the way.
I snapped. You have no idea what it was like for me in that house.
Police believe Janice had been plotting this for days, and so does Betty.
It's like she had all this planned out, like she knew what she wanted to do.
Janice got hold of the murder weapon days before.
Janice got the baseball bat from Betty. She told Betty she needed it.
And the motive seems pretty clear.
Janice had already called where Brett worked, asking about the insurance payout, within just a couple of days of Brett being deceased. The nature of this murder is one as old as time, greed. It was all about money. She wanted Brett out the way, and she knew he had, a small life insurance at work, and that's what she was gonna do.
Some believe Janice may have set up her sister as well.
It is a possibility that Janice could have started those rumors that Betty hit Brett with the vehicle.
Cheers.
You would think sisters would be real close and tight, but they both turned on each other pretty quick.
Now that we know what Janice was capable of, the way that she murdered Brett and then staged the scene to try to make it look like an accident, it's clear that she was capable of causing any or all of the rest of the troubles that occurred in their marriage, from the fires to potentially poisoning Brett.
When I look at Janice, what I see is an opportunist, somebody that met a man who she could easily take advantage of and manipulate, and she did it the entire way through until she eventually decided she didn't need him anymore and that he would be of greater value dead. While I would never actually blame a victim, I do look at Brett and I see him as somebody who so wanted a relationship that he was willing to overlook a lot of red flags along the way.
I think Janice, at the beginning of her relationship with Brett, had enough relationship experience and was savvy enough to have known that she should have run for the hills when somebody proposed to her after knowing her for 8 weeks, but she didn't. And I think that's probably because she saw in Brett somebody that she could use and did use then for a number of years thereafter. There really isn't much that would be outside of the realm of capability for somebody like Janice.
Janice Bonnell pleads guilty to first-degree murder and is sentenced to 45 years in prison. Her sister Betty gets some leniency in exchange for her cooperation with the police. She is sentenced to 3 years in prison for tampering with evidence.
I don't regret doing what I did to protect my niece because she's being very well taken care of now. And what I done was all because of her. I wish I could change everything, but I have to accept things the way they are.
Brett is remembered as a kind man who was too easily taken advantage of.
Found dead on the side of the road. It's just no way for a person to die. He was a human being, and nobody should have to go that way.
I don't think Brett deserved anything like this. And I didn't think that 45 years was enough justice for him.
It's a summer of love when a California beauty meets a beach volleyball star.
Peggy and Eric were the quintessential Newport Beach couple.
He was a good-looking guy, and they had a lot in common.
But years of hedonistic living take their toll.
It's all about what you have and what you ostentatious, what you can show off.
Are you really gonna turn your back on $1 million?
There was some fraud going on in the process.
Leaving this picture-perfect marriage dead in the water.
They had been taking ecstasy.
It definitely goes through your mind, you know, what happened out there.
Love may be blind and marriage bliss, but divorce is murder. It's 1990, and 31-year-old Peggy Marshall is bursting with hope.
Come on in, Mr. Stone. Peggy is probably the kindest, most generous person that I know. Very gregarious, happy.
So let's see what we have here.
She just loves life. Absolutely loves life.
Armed with a degree in physiotherapy, she starts a geriatric clinic in her adopted hometown of Newport Beach, California.
Oh, if you spend half as much time stretching as you do wooing the ladies, you wouldn't be so tight here.
She enjoyed working with the elderly. She had a good knack for that, a good personality to interact with them.
Okay, so sit down. We'll see what I can
She
do.
just loved helping other people. That was kind of her gift in life, and she loved what she was doing.
Peggy is passionate about her work, but what she really wants is someone to love.
She had dated lots of people, but she was really looking for somebody to settle down with at that point and to build a life with and kind of get out of that dating scene.
She gets her wish before long when she spots the man of her dreams. 24-year-old volleyball ace Eric Beckler is a poster boy for Southern California living.
He looked like a Newport Beach guy. Muscular, he worked out.
Very athletic, perfect physique, perfect brain, perfect everything.
He was a good-looking guy, and she noticed that right away.
Eric, this is my friend Peggy.
Hey,
Hi.
she play?
Well, it depends what you're playing.
I like her.
Yeah, I thought you would.
So we watched him play volleyball, and, you know, she was really interested in him. And so that night, we went on to a party together, and it didn't really matter that they were at a big party, weren't really socializing with a lot of other people, but really spending that time together.
Hey.
Wow, that was fast.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You are quite the athlete.
I can't be.
I am training for the triathlon next month. Have you ever done one of those?
Shut up. You serious?
Yeah.
Okay, we are totally training together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. Like, we're doing this. This is a real thing.
All right. I will turn to that. To training together.
She was also into sports. She was quite a swimmer and into water activities, so that attracted him right away to her.
Triathlon. Yeah. I'm a swimmer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like my weakest event.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they found they had a lot in common.
But there's more to their budding relationship than sports. Just months after meeting, Peggy moves Eric into her Newport Beach apartment.
Eric had basically a pair of volleyball shorts to his name.
So he went from nothing to having a stability, a good life, living in a nice area when he met Peggy.
Your shorts? You mean this rag?
Right?
Yeah. I'm going to use them to wash my car.
Thank you very much.
Eric could see that Peggy was very successful, that she had her own business, that she was doing really well. Some men may not like that. Some men may have no problem with that.
Peggy and Eric make it work, no matter who wears the shorts.
Eric made Peggy feel really desired.
She is so into Eric that living together just isn't enough.
Peggy hired Eric really quickly. She thought, well, this is one more way that he can spend some time with her. He did the books mostly and helped with little things around the company.
Check it out. You just enter your revenues here and your expenses there.
I knew there was more to you than just good looks.
They each had their separate talents and strengths and made the business grow quite rapidly.
Another thing that's growing is their bank account.
They were successful and they had plenty of money to spend.
They spent it on clothes, they spent it on vacations, they spent it on dinners, they spent it on furniture, they spent it on a lot of different things.
And so all of a sudden, Eric's whole world, changed and got a lot bigger and a lot better.
And Peggy even lets him manage some of the money as if it were his own.
They had totally separate accounts and they would split the bills.
In other words, Eric wrote checks for some things and Peggy wrote the checks for others.
When they get engaged, it's all on her.
You like it?
I love it.
Peggy bought her own engagement ring because Eric didn't have the money.
Don't worry, I'll pay you back.
Maybe you should buy yourself a new pair of shorts first.
Done.
Being a big romantic wasn't him, it wasn't his style.
Psychotherapist Stacy Kaiser and forensic psychologist Brian Russell are concerned about the couple's relationship to money.
The potential for problems with Peggy and Eric at this point are that Peggy could be resentful that she is making more money, and that Eric could be resentful that she's making more money. And oftentimes, men will feel emasculated, not manly enough, if they aren't the breadwinner. And so I would worry about that as well.
Usually ambitious women like Peggy tend to want a similarly ambitious guy. They tend to not have as much respect for or attraction to a guy who does not also seem to be kind of a go-getter like them. Now, there is an exception, and the exception is the woman who sort of likes that she's got sort of a leash on a guy by having him be sort of dependent on her. And that may be what we see here happening.
Peggy is 8 years ahead of him on the career track. And so it's possible that over time he could step up his game and begin to work more and play less.
But so far, Eric isn't really showing me any interest in doing that.
That doesn't stop Peggy from having the wedding she's always wanted.
They went to Germany and got married in a castle. She wore a beautiful dress. Her whole family went with her, which was very important to her. It was really the wedding of her dreams.
And almost right away, Peggy gets pregnant. Much to Eric's relief, having a baby doesn't change their lifestyle too much.
They continued to do a lot of all the same things that they did. They would just take her with them whenever they went to the beach.
Parenthood suits them so well, they have a second child 1 year later, and soon relocate to a house on scenic Cliff Drive, which they buy for just under $1 million.
It overlooked all the bay, so they had a beautiful view. It was a gorgeous home.
Peggy and Eric Beckler were the quintessential Newport Beach couple. They really led the life that everyone would want to lead.
But it's not all as perfect as it seems.
I think it was really hard for Peggy. She didn't get a lot of sleep. It really kind of began to wear on her a bit because she was doing it all,
I feel stuck, Like I'm in prison sometimes.
He used to call her controlling and demanding.
She was on my case, be home, do this, do that. Just wish it was like the way it was before.
Feel you, man. I feel you.
If you look on the other side, you know, she had children and a business running, and he wanted to go play with his friends.
Controlling or not,
What's this?
what's certain is that Peggy's marriage to Eric
I get to decide when we sell it.
has hit rough waters.
They both spent a great deal of money.
This is my business.
Sometimes a great offer is too hard to refuse.
Peggy and Eric Beckler are healthy, wealthy, and good-looking. But while Peggy devotes all of her energy to raising their 2 kids, Eric's preoccupations lie elsewhere.
Hey, man. Awesome game, bro.
Yeah.
So, what's up? You going home, or?
Yeah, Peggy's waiting for me.
Eric was just a volleyball player. You know, that's the life he had, and I think he wanted it back.
Give it right home.
Juggling fatherhood with beach life becomes even harder when Peggy gives birth to their 3rd child.
She wanted a large family. She came from an amazing family with brothers and sisters, and she wanted that for herself.
Peggy's dream, however, comes at a price.
2 is a handful, and then 3 is almost impossible when they're all that little.
I'm coming. Just a minute. Can you help me, please? Can you just clean this mess? I'll be back. I'm coming.
Desperate for a break, the couple attempts to solve the problem by hiring not 1, but 2 nannies.
1 during the weekdays and 1 on the weekends.
But the extra help at home is all the excuse Eric needs to go out even more.
She did the cooking and the cleaning, and she went to work, and she brought home the money.
And Eric is happy to spend it.
He would leave and go down and play volleyball at the beach for hours, you know, and not come home for 6 hours.
Cheers, brother. Cheers.
She would call looking for him, and then he wouldn't answer the phone.
Dude, your phone, you gonna get that?
Don't worry about it. It's probably just Peggy.
It's a lifestyle that has a high price tag attached.
They had, at the time, 2 nannies. They had 3 kids, and they had Porsches, and they lived on a beautiful home in Newport Beach, and I can only imagine what the cost of all of that might be.
It's all about Newport Beach, what you have and what you ostentatious, what you can show off, and very few people can maintain that.
Hey, hey.
What's this?
Six months behind.
What? 6 months on what?
Everything.
He was supposed to be paying the mortgage. He was not paying the mortgage. He was just trying to catch up from the months before till it came a point in time where they were really running out of money.
Where did all the money go, Eric?
We spend a lot.
They both spent a great deal of money. Peggy spent a great deal of money, and Eric spent money as well.
We got this. Okay? We'll get it back. We got this.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, things are getting a little tight here, and we need to make some adjustments.
Just when things are at their worst, Peggy catches a lucky break.
Eric and Peggy were approached by another company to buy them out because they were very successful.
Peggy was torn by that because it was her baby, her business.
I don't know that Peggy wanted to see her company go someplace else.
But Eric doesn't see it that way.
No, I don't want to talk about
Would you
it.
just listen to reason for 1 second?
This is my business, not ours.
Basically, he wanted to just get rid of all the issues, all the hassles, and just enjoy the money and not have to work.
Get back to work.
I think that Eric and Peggy probably disagree about accepting this buyout offer because Eric tends to be more of a short-term gratification guy. Peggy's a little bit more of a long-term, gradual business builder. It may be that Peggy sees the loss of the control of the business as sort of a failure.
Career and financial stressors are two of the greatest sources of conflict in a marital relationship. So that combination, along with the rest of the stress they have going in their lives, is not going to be good for their relationship.
No, I don't want to look at the offer again. I read it. I am not interested. Don't you get it? I get to decide when we sell it. It's not yours. Just leave me alone.
Look, I know it's your business, but are you really gonna turn your back on $1 million?
Eric, it's just money. I don't care. It's my business. Do you understand?
Sometimes a great offer is too hard to refuse.
Okay, fine. We will sell the business. Happy?
There is a silver lining.
So, how's it going?
The new buyers wanted them to stay on and run the company, so it was a win-win for everybody.
Things are looking up. For a little while, anyway.
It was supposed to be a special night. I made him dinner and I don't know what else to do.
Peggy, you're not doing anything wrong.
Then where is he?
Peggy called me and was crying and upset and, wanted to know why Eric was gone all the time and where was he going.
I just want him to come home,
I think she had serious questions about if he was cheating.
With the marriage in a shambles, Peggy's career also suffers a serious blow.
I understand. What exactly are you accusing me of?
There were rumors that there was some fraud going on with Medicare billing.
Eric Beckler was doing the books at that time.
I don't know if they were billing for patients that they weren't seeing, for services not rendered.
Her company may have been draining its clients' Medicare providers for years, and someone needs to be held accountable.
I don't know if she felt it was her fault or her responsibility, but she was quite concerned about it. The new owners of the company found that it was unacceptable and had to let them both go.
They could basically fire them as executives, and that's eventually what they did, just several months after they bought the business.
Don't talk to me.
She was very unhappy about it. He was very depressed. And marriage had been bad for a while. The business.
And with the fraud investigation in the hands of authorities, there's no telling what will happen.
She was afraid she was going to be arrested. I'm sure Peggy was under a lot of stress.
That was the time when things started falling apart in her life.
And those things are about to get worse. Much worse.
She wanted to be super desired by Eric.
There was a person screaming hysterically in the water, basically nonsensical, just screaming and screaming.
Living with your albuterol asthma rescue inhaler? It's a bit of a dinosaur, because albuterol only treats symptoms, not inflammation. Asthma experts support rescue that treats both symptoms and inflammation. It's time to replace your rescue with Air Supra. Air Supra is the first and only dual-action asthma rescue inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help prevent asthma attacks. Welcome to the modern age of dual-action asthma rescue. Air Supra should not be used as a maintenance treatment for asthma. Get medical help right away if your breathing doesn't improve or worsens, or for serious allergic reactions like rash, mouth or tongue swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing, or chest pain. Using Air Supra more than prescribed could be life-threatening. Serious side effects include increased risk of thrush or infections, or heart problems like faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. Ask your doctor about Air Supra, a dual-action rescue inhaler for asthma.
After Peggy and Eric Beckler's company is bought out, Peggy is investigated for fraud. On the home front, things aren't much better.
She had concerns about their relationship. It wasn't going well.
She wanted Eric to love her the way that she loved him. She wanted Eric to want to spend time with her the way that she wanted to spend time with him. I don't think that he had those same feelings for her. And her MO wasn't to confront, are you having an affair? Are you seeing somebody else? Her whole thing was, if he might be, how can I improve myself so that he won't want to go there?
The answer is right under Peggy's nose.
She had breast implants. I'm like, Peggy, you know why?